Good morning, Wednesday, and it's May the 13th, 2020, and you might hear a little bit more bustling than you would normally hear with my vlogs. You might see a few people running, walking beside me, and that is because today here in the UK, restrictions have been somewhat lifted, just a little bit, and we're now allowed to go out and exercise all day long. We're allowed to sit on park benches, we're allowed to soak in the sun. So before I go on to some major tangents, I want to get real specific to the point on why I'm here. Okay, so you looking at me now, right? If I was in your face, that's a little bit confrontational, right? Would you want to still hear what I've got to say? Or would you say, back off, man? I didn't sign up for this, and then leave? Or now that I'm smiling, is it more reflective? Are you thinking, what's he smiling about? What's going on? See, intuitively, you think something's going on. There isn't. It's just that reflection of behaviour, how we act with others. And that's what's really important at times like these. So, I'm going to get a little bit controversial. And if I am controversial to the point of offensive, then that's because what I'm saying is offending you. And I don't mean to offend you. However, I know, or I have some sort of idea who's actually tapping in to my platforms, and I don't think that I'll be offending many people. That being said, when this first pandemic happened here in the UK around 7.5 weeks ago, then we started accepting nuances. We started accepting new narratives for our internal library. Those words were not positive. They just were not. So we learnt new words such as self-isolating, social distancing. We learned about furlough. We learned about flattening a curve. We learned about pandemics. We heard not really much about positiveness, focus, hope, desire, strong will, routine, because routine will give results. And my personal favourite word, well, there's a couple, but my favourite personal, and the one that I've onboarded and kept, and if there was going to be a little title that you could say, what is Trainwise George, what is he? Opportunist. Love that word, love it. So we learned as business owners that we had to pivot, we had to adapt, and we had to grow pretty damn fast. The only way to do that is by reaching out. And how do we reach out? On platforms like these. And then people like you on the other side are listening, hopefully now retaining, absorbing, understanding, and connecting, because it's all about connection. We lived in a world that was far too lost in our connections, but now hopefully we're giving it back on the most unobvious place, the digital platform. How would you ever think the digital platform is going to be the place of connection? You wouldn't, right? Because we now have a new nuance. We now have a new narrative that I will embrace, but I will embrace for a reason. The new normal. What does that mean, right? Well, look at your life before COVID, right? Now, was that normal life anything that you really substantially, fulfillingly liked? Be honest with yourself. Was your life going good? Good in the sense that you were happy within yourself. You were living a fulfilled life, because that is ultimately what it's about. Was you? Or was there complaining? Was there that 9-to-5 grind? Yeah, I'm not being judgmental. I'm just giving that as an example. Was it that feeling of anxiety daily? You know, making ends meet, getting the kids ready, trying to find a relationship. Whatever your problems were in this first world country, I'm sure they've now dissolved, and now we've got something different, right? So now we have to live the new normal. So by you going back to that, which was your normal, was that normal a happy normal? And if it was, then you go back to it. What about the others around you? Because we can't all go and live life singularly. We must live life multiply. And with living life on a multiple level, that means that there's connection and there's understanding. And if there's understanding, then there's a tribal effect that we can all reflect on each other's ideas and understandings and then work together to a new normal, right? So the controversial stuff. You may think I've said nothing controversial, and that's great. That is great. I may have offended a few people. That's not so great, but those people are probably gone now. The NHS, tomorrow, Thursdays, we're going to clap for them, right? Why are you clapping? And then what? Why are you clapping and then what? I clap. So why do I clap? To support what they're doing right now, because it's awesome. However, what's the best thing that you can do? Don't ever see them again. That's the best thing you can do. Never go back there again. Make sure the hospital, make sure that the doctor's office is somewhere you never ever want to see. That is the best way that you can help the NHS. And then those that have got underlying autoimmune hereditary problems, those, we give them the time. Those of you right now that are doing everything bad for themselves and know they're doing everything bad for themselves, don't clap. So those that are living sedentary lifestyles right now because you can't be bothered, those that are eating nothing but garbage, those that are intoxicating yourselves with alcohol and smoke, daily, chaining it. You know, I'm talking about the obsessive, right? I'm not talking about the normal, as we're on the subject of normal. I'm talking about those extremists, right? Those. Don't clap, because we're paying for you, right? And you ain't watching this anyway. But someone who is watching this may know someone who I'm talking about. And you might be nodding your head right now. Where's that smile gone, George? It's there. Reflecting back now, right? So I've had quite a long time right now to get some headspace and reflect and think about what I'm going to be saying right now. Because today is that day where we are allowed to use our soil in order for us to harvest and grow towards a new us. Because we're allowed a little bit more longer out. And it's what you do with that time. Fitness space. Everything that I've just mentioned will always be down to the fitness. Fitness is business, and the business is your body. And is your body fit? Because there are people out there that can help you. You have gone so far with your body right now on that previous normal that you might think right now, hang about, the world's changed a bit, right? I can breathe better. I'm actually eating better. I feel better. Why am I doing that? Because time has allowed this to happen. And I won't go on to the everything happens for a reason. I don't believe that. I used to believe that. I don't believe that now. If everything happens for a reason, you have to own everything. You have to own everything. Everything that has happened of complete and utter destruction in the world, you have to own it, because that happened for a reason, right? What happened to your relatives? What is happening to you right now? It happens for a reason. So all the bad stuff, you have to own all of it. So let's not go, everything happens for a reason. It doesn't. Everything happens because it does. That's life. It cares zero about you. But what it does, it's giving you an opportunity to be here, to create your worth, to distribute your worth, to deliver your worth, to freaking own your worth. And how can you own it? By being healthy. And who can help you being healthy? Health experts. And who am I? I am a health expert, a nutritional coach, a freaking practitioner. You know, that's because I practice this gig. And of late, I like talking. Love the narrative. I used to write articulately very, very well. Speak atrociously bad. If you've been following me now for a little while, has my speech improved? And I would love a comment, and I would love a share. And for all those that are working with me, you are doing phenomenally well. You are. For those that want to work with me, you will do phenomenally well. I've taken up a lot of your time. Thank you. Thank you, and welcome to your new normal.